Friends and neighbors, from backstage at our famous Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee, once again we have the pleasure to bring you another one of your favorite acts in the country and western field, and one that we've played her records here on the shows many times, so she is no stranger to you. And here she is now, the queen of the keys, Miss Del Wood. Del, how are you?
Oh, I'm just fine, Hank, and gee, it's real fine to get to say hello to your many listeners out there.
Well, I'll tell you now, they're just proud and tickled to death that you took the time out of your busy schedule to drop by here on the show. And I know that being you're here now, the folks want to know what you've been doing and what you're going to do and so forth. So let's say we go back about 6 months. Where have you been?
Oh, gee, I don't know where all we haven't been, Hank. We've been keeping awfully busy. It's easier to say where we haven't been than where we have. However, you asked me what we were going to be doing for the next few months. We're going to Europe on this RCA Victor European tour, and then we have some dates en route to New York. And we're going to be gone over there 5 weeks, and then when we come back, we have some more shows lined up. Then we're going to California shortly after that, many miles.
Man, you're going to put the mileage on that frame, ain't you?
Oh, yes, sir.
But
Hope
I'll tell
to.
You, it's going to be great. I just wish I could hide somewhere in your suitcase and go with you on that wonderful tour overseas, because there you're going to meet some wonderful people, and you are certainly going to do yourself a lot of good record-wise and so forth, because it'll give you a chance to get acquainted with all those wonderful.
I hope so, Hank. And, you just celebrated your 20 years with RCA Victor.
Well, thank you.
And, gee, I'm so proud of you, and you deserve it. And I just hope that I can stay with them that long, too.
I see no reason why you can't. With the way you've been putting out those wonderful records, I'm sure you will be there a good many more years.
I sure hope so.
What's the newest you have out, Del?
Well, the latest record that we have out is this one called After 5, and it was written by 3 blind people that were educated right here, a suburb of Nashville, out at the Donaldson School for the Blind. And if you recall, Hank, on the record, there's a lot of background noises.
Yeah.
Well, it's these 3 blind people that wrote it, and 2 of their blind companions that was educated out there at Donaldson School for the Blind when they were there. And I think it's a great lesson for all of us, Hank, because so often we kind of gripe and complain and take the wrong attitude, and then you come along and you see somebody that really is working under such adverse conditions as they have a smile and the greatest attitude in the world, and we're just proud to know them. Incidentally, they have been writing tunes for the last 10 years, and they have just a wealth of fine material, but we're awfully happy that we are the first one to ever record one of their tunes.
That's certainly wonderful, and that certainly is something for us to all think about. I mean, when you're handicapped like that.
Yes, it is.
Then we come up griping because we burn our finger with our cigarette or something
like
that.
That's right, or it rains and our hair falls. And Hank, the one on the back is called Rockin' 88. Now, we kind of borrowed that tune from an old favorite hillbilly square dance tune that I guess everybody knows, Turkey in the Straw, and we call it Rockin' 88, and of course if the thing sells for us like it's starting off, well, we're just going to keep it. You reckon we'll get away with it?
Yes, sir. I would. I'd try anyway. Yes, sir.
The folks like it, and we want to thank them for all the fine mail we've been drawing on both sides.
Well, you certainly have. I don't know. I'm going to check and see if we have the newest one of yours up at the stations, and if we don't, we're certainly going to get it right away, because the folks certainly have been writing in, Del, for your fine work on the piano. And so we'll see and keep them up to date on your latest work.
Yes, sir. By the way, we have a brand new RCA Victor record album to be released during the month of April.
That sounds
And
good.
we have added something a bit new on this new album. On some of the tunes, we've added a Solovox. That's that organ attachment to the piano. It's a different sound, and Steve Scholes, the A&R man with Victor, is real happy over the new sound, and we hope the folks will accept it and like it as much as we had enjoyed making it.
I'm sure they will. Big old Steve.
Yes, sir.
He's the greatest, though, isn't he?
He certainly is.
I've been recording with Steve for a long, long time. Friends, he's our A&R man. He looks after the talent, and he's there with the engineer when we make the recordings to tell us yes and no.
He's a big boss man.
He's the big boss man, that's right.
Yes, sir.
He's the brass.
He sure is.
Del, it's been an extreme pleasure of having you by, and incidentally, I want to say we wish you a very, very wonderful trip, and have all the fun in the world you can over there. And tell them about little old Hank, will you?
I'll sure do it, Hank, and thanks a million to you, Hank, for this wonderful opportunity, and also thank those folks out there for listening.
You are very welcome, and believe me, it has been a great pleasure. And there you are, friends and neighbors. That was the one and only Miss Del Wood who dropped by to say hello. Thank you, Del.
Thank you, Hank.
you.